begin with a confession and an apology. The confession is that I am completely and utterly ignorant of Malayalam, and the apology is that I have not been able to learn it so far. The apology is made not only on my own behalf, but on behalf of all northerners in this country. We have been thinking of having a common language, or rather a language which will be used for our national purposes. We are expecting and hoping that our brothers and sisters in the south will learn that language. Unfortunately, I have not noticed any similar movement in the north for acquainting ourselves with the languages of the south. I only hope that the people of the north will soon realize the great loss which they are sustaining on account of their not being acquainted with the literature that is enshrined in the languages of the south. I have sometimes heard it said that there is an attempt to impose Hindi on the south. I can give you the assurance that there is no such attempt on the part of anybody. What we want is that you should, out of your own free will and out of a realization of its necessity for the nation as a whole, adopt this language for our national purposes. There is no intention in any way on the part of anybody to suppress any other language of India. On the other hand, we wish them all prosperity. We wish that they should grow and enrich the culture of the country as a whole. And I have no doubt that as in the past, one language will bind us all together. In the past, there were difficulties of travel and communication. But in modern times, when we have got so many new facilities for propagation, it should not prove at all difficult for the northerner to learn one of the southern languages, or for the southerner to learn a northern language. And if it is taken in that spirit, I have no doubt that the south will soon find it easy to beat the north. I say this from experience because I have seen some of the southerners who have been devoting some time to learn Hindi, speaking it with fluency and grammatical correctness, but also with the accent with which I must confess I cannot speak the language myself. I have therefore no doubt that time, if you only given your attention to it, you will be able not only to compete with the North, but even to go ahead of it. We all hope that every one of you coming from the South, every one of you speaking languages other than Hindi will learn that language and make a contribution to that language. The Hindi of the future will be a language which is not the Hindi of the northerner only, but it will be Hindi which has been fostered and nurtured by all Indians to whichever part of India they may belong. We want the Hindi language to be enriched by your own vocabulary, your own phraseology, and your own idioms, and while the structure of the language cannot be changed, there is no doubt that the Hindi language can greatly be enriched by the contact with other languages. Dear sir, may we ask you to let us have within the next week a check in payment of your outstanding accounts with us. We are reluctant to write to you again on this point, but we find that in spite of our having returned to you on several occasions recently regarding these accounts, we have not received any reply. As long as July last, when your Mr. Robert called upon us, he stated that on his return to Cochin, he would at once have a check made out in settlement and send it on to us. It is extraordinary that since then we have not heard from him and we are without the check or any reference to it. We cannot understand your prolonged silence, as hitherto our relations with you have been most pleasant. We have hesitated to take any action against you, but we must ask you to note that if we do not receive payment as desired, we intend to stop the work we are doing on your behalf at Mount Road, and we shall not start the work at Nilgiris next month. We are not prepared to undertake this work if you cannot meet your obligations. We need not say that we are profoundly sorry to have to write to you in this way, and we trust that an early settlement of the accounts may make it unnecessary to take such action. Yours truly,